came a point when all good men had to stand up. Well, it's your chance. You know, Boscore, Tom, Henry, you know, hey, Mike Lewis is right here right now. Guys, you all were waiting for it. Well, it's now your chance to be part of history, and we're going to have to make history.
And we can't depend on the name. They're just totally dumbed down.
Well, it's not just that. They'll learn. There's a lot of good people. They're not totally gone. There's a bunch of young people that are realizing what's wrong. Because
I mean, as far as the public school system goes.
Yeah, the public school system was intentional. It's the same problem we faced in 1775. There were a bunch of people who were just as brain dead. But the thing is that we're at that point where there is no backing down on this. There is no turning away. We would like to think we can retire. I will tell you that there is no such word in our vocabulary. It just simply isn't possible. We are at that point where we are part of what is this living cycle that is the most it's the most pivotal point in all of our lives right now. Not because of what our enemy's doing, although our enemy is, of course, going to force the issue, but because we must now choose either to be the best men that we possibly can and to gird ourselves for what is obviously going to be a very terrible experience, or we will be eaten by the enemy's storm. Purely because we lay on our knees, we sit on our knees, we sit on our arse, we rest when we should be fighting. We are going to have to fight. It's just that everything else, I mean, in my, settle yourself in your spirit. Okay, people think that it's like there's this maddening insanity and all this craziness and everybody just goes, crazy! In reality, let me tell you that there is a point where when you finally understand that we are going to war, there will be a settling of your spirit, because the attitude really, which is in the subconscious, is finally. It's here. It is here. It is time. When you feel that bayonet in your hand, when you feel that weapon where it needs to be, when it's in the grip of your hand, and you put your mind to the mission at hand, it is not going to be panic. It is not going to be this adrenaline, crazy rush. You will find that there is a calming process, and it is something that each person will experience in their own time. But I say now, embrace this at this point. It will become natural to you, and this will be part of the flow of life. It will not be a catastrophic event.
Yes, sir, and to avoid catatonic brain fart, you make it like a chess game. You plan your moves out 5 or 6 steps in advance, or as many as you can. You be cold and calculating. And death isn't the worst thing that can happen to you. It's better to fight for freedom than die cowering in the corner.
That's right. Exactly. One of the other things about this too is, even that's not discouraging your authorship at all. Just reverse. I proceed with everything that we plan on doing. As I've said, I've talked about elections, and people go, "Why are you talking about that? You've talked about war." Because no matter what, life goes on and society goes on. All of the aspects of what we have to have running now need to be running while we're fighting. But here's the thing. Do not be ensnared by their nonsense. Example, this whole thing with Fox News being attacked by the racketeers in the system. Guys, they're creating their fictional other side. All of these characters help to get us to the disaster we are at. Fox News, ABC, NBC, CBS, and CNN. All they are doing is shuffling the cards to create the next fiction so that they can hope they can ensnare the power, the energy, the resource that otherwise would be focused away from their scams and outside of their box of control. There's where we need to be. We need to understand we need to build our own. We need to build new, create new, and wash our hands of all of this nonsense because it has failed us completely. The solution is not in Washington. The solution is not with the Democrats or the Republicans. They have failed us completely because they have betrayed America completely. They have brought us to the edge of absolute despotism, tyranny, and destruction. You can give them nothing. And that's what they're hoping to do. They're hoping to try and desperately plug their scam back in. Is there anybody out there that has such rose-colored glasses on that they cannot see this? They're hoping that there's a part of the population they can capture like that. We are finished with them. But, again, all the tools are at our fingertips. the authors that can create the books that we need so that we can help to relate to one another's experiences or our feelings of where we think things are. With taking time and doing the serious work. I mean, we do fun stuff to a degree, and it's still serious, but it's designed to pick the brain in different ways. We do videos, and we constantly try to do new stuff, or at least more, so that we have a wide bouquet, a wide potpourri of information available that may pick the mind of a person that otherwise we've missed. Okay, so that maybe we finally hit that one chord, as they say, that opens up the door, opens up that crack, and allows a light to shine in, and everybody goes, and the person goes, "Wow, I see it." That's what we need more of. Every once in a while, even Hollywood has made mistakes and allowed for certain things to be generated that they didn't want people to see. Think about how much stuff has been out there like that, and some of it never to be seen, never to see the light of day again. The movie America, why they allowed that to happen or be done the way it is, now they never let anybody see it again, but it was shown once and it was killed. Why? Because it perhaps, again, it cracked the door open far enough for people to see past the door frame. And what they saw was a light that people didn't really enjoy. It's like Solzhenitsyn said about the Gulag Archipelago, guys. The Gulag Archipelago. When he wrote the book, he said, "I am not giving you a panorama." If you read his translation, he said, "I am allowing you to see through a keyhole." He goes, "Even the image that I am trying to give you is a ghost, a shadow, a sliver of the abuses, the destruction, the tyranny, the hatred of the creatures you are facing that hate humanity. They hate goodness. They hate themselves. They are nihilists." That's what the communist is. That's what these parasites are that we have in Washington right now. That's what the eco-freaks are. They hate people. They hate people to such a degree that these nutcases would do everything in their power to kill us in whatever way they can. We are at the supreme pivot in history that we either stomp the guts out of them now and put them down like the animals that they are, or the worst batch of mass murders on the planet, to include these eco-freaks and the socialists put together like they've always been in the last 100 years, they will start murdering people in an industrial way that people cannot comprehend, nor do they want to accept in their mind's eye. That's what we're getting ready for. That's what I understand. I'm at a pivotal point right now, only in that on the one hand, I can't say anymore in that respect. I understand what needs to be done. I think anybody who has been a person who has been in a particular line of work or service knows full well what should be done right now.
That America with a K is a great movie. You can download the whole thing now if you go to 3Ws.militiaradio.com and look around for it. You can find it.
Yep, exactly. I'm sorry, Bone Square, anything else, sir? I'm sorry.